Part 17, If Oak Trees Could Talk. Welcome back to If Oak Trees Could Talk. I hope that up to this point that you've been following along either by reading or listening each week. I say this because the past 2 weeks I have been sharing Chapter 9 entitled Pursuit of Love. This particular chapter depicts some pretty private details of an intimate relationship between a husband and a wife, but the whole point of this chapter is strictly written in context of the rest of the book. I am in no way ashamed of this chapter. However, I plead with those of you that may have just began reading along or listening to realize that If Oak Trees Could Talk is not just another steamy romance novel about sex in any way. If Oak Trees Could Talk is truly the story of a couple that has a full and satisfying life because of their choice to pursue and abandon themselves fully to unconditional love. I feel that this book is truly an inspirational love story. However, in some of the following content, I wanted to state that for young readers or listeners, the content is not appropriate or may be rated PG. Baby, Robert once again whispered. As much as I am enjoying this, I would like to know what this is all about exactly. He held Amelia's face in his gentle hands and gingerly caressed her hair. His eyes met hers as her eyes were filled with tears. He once again questioned if he had upset her. As Amelia swallowed hard the lump in her throat, she cleared her throat and told Robert about what her mother had advised. She asked, "Robert, have you really noticed how my parents truly love one another with everything that they have within them?" Robert answered, "Yes, I can honestly say that I've never seen anyone that cared about each other like your parents do, not even my own parents. Do you know how my mother told me that they kept that kind of passion for each other throughout all the years?" Amelia asked, not really expecting an answer. Robert, still gazing into Amelia's beautiful blue eyes, simply listened. "She told me that the main thing they both have done was to always put each other first. Mama said, it is truly that simple, but not always that easy." Amelia continued, "I went into the Glenview residential home for the elderly, mind you, and do you know what I found? I found this breathtakingly beautiful woman, which is my little sweet mother, simply glowing. Do you know what she told me when I asked her about why she looked like she was glowing?" Robert nodded as he had no clue. "At first she told me that I couldn't handle the real truth about why she was glowing. As I convinced her that I was an adult, she proceeded to tell me that she and my little daddy had made love. Not just love, mind you, but she said passionate love the entire night long. I had to admit that I was totally embarrassed and became so flushed that I never knew what to say to her. But she had plenty to say to me. She told me to go home and to love you passionately. I do love you with my whole heart, but have I ever loved you with that kind of passion before? I am determined that I want to, Robert. I want us to be free to love like that without embarrassment. We once had a passion, but somehow through the years we have let something slip away. I want what we once had. I want to model that kind of love for our boys so that when they find wives, they will know how to love them. Do you think I'm crazy?" Robert lay quietly as Amelia poured out her heart, her thoughts, and her questions so openly to him. He watched her eyes dance as she spoke of her parents and noticed that she smiled so tenderly when she told him how much she loved him and wanted him to love her passionately as well. Robert cleared his throat as well and took Amelia's face again in his gentle hands. "I want us to trust each other enough to love like that. I know that I have taken you for granted, but Amelia, my breath catches in my chest every time I see your beautiful face. I feel like a giddy teenager whose mouth feels like it is full of cotton when it comes to talking to you and really expressing my heart. I never want to hold anything back, but sometimes I am unsure of myself. I do not always know how to put in action the way I feel inside. Your daddy is a hard man to live up to. I love you with everything that is in me. I would be as lost as your daddy is right now if you ever left me. I need you to show me how to love you, because honestly, babe, I do not want to assume I know. I know my heart is full, and I could never imagine living without you. You are my passion, my desire. I am a better man because of you. You are what my dreams have always been. I am one blessed man. The day that I knocked you down at the airport was the day that I was absolutely knocked over myself. I just couldn't believe how beautiful you were. I was and am still blown away when I look into your eyes." It was as if the floodgates had opened up, and all the emotions that both Amelia and Robert had already shared, along with those that they still had in their hearts, come gushing out. They hungrily lavished each other with gentle caresses and tender kisses as they moved together in unison to become one flesh. Robert and Amelia lay in awestruck silence while still tightly holding each other. Both were breathless, never experiencing love on this level before, until finally Amelia broke the silence. "Yahoo! Thank you, Mama. I love your wonderful motherly advice." Robert chuckled and teasingly said, "Amelia, the next time you go to see your mom, please ask her if she has any more advice for her daughter and favorite son-in-law. Tell her we will try to follow it to the T." As the couple continued embracing one another, they talked and laughed until several hours had passed. They needed to go and pick up the boys. Both knew in their hearts, however, that from this day forward, although it may not be easy, that they would make every effort to put the other one first and live their lives passionately pursuing love. Thanks again for reading along or tuning in each week to If Oak Trees Could Talk. If you would like more information on how to purchase your copy of If Oak Trees Could Talk or any of my other books, please go to my Amazon author page. Never miss a week of hearing or reading along to If Oak Trees Could Talk. Go to my blog, as every week is listed in the archives. You can also find my story published in the Lakeview Times. As always, I would love to hear from you. If you have recently begun reading along or have found my video blogs and would want to hear the entire story, please subscribe to my video blogs. Thanks for all of the comments and the likes. They really encourage me to continue sharing each week. Until next time, I pray that you will pursue unconditional love with a passion. I've included all of the links to my books and to my blogs.